This session is called How Paid Search Can Help with SEO. And in this session, you're going to be learning about how you can use PPC or pay-per-click to enhance your SEO performance, to actually boost the performance of your search engine optimization campaigns. So I know this is a course on SEO, and you might be wondering why we're talking about PPC, why paid search. And the fact is that PPC can be very, very helpful both before and during a running SEO campaign. It's really worth pointing out that search engine optimization, although it typically means organic rankings, it really does encompass all things search, including PPC. We're just trying to get the most out of search engines. And as you've been learning in our other videos, SEO is that process of building and promoting great content so that search engines will feel your content is the best possible result for whatever the searcher was looking for. PPC, on the other hand, is much, much simpler. You just simply pay for the keywords that you want to be on Google's front page, and you're on your way. Of course, the downside is that this can get very, very expensive very quickly. But because PPC is instant, you can be on the front page in a matter of minutes. So there's many advantages to using PPC. You know, when we're talking about SEO, sometimes that can take 3 to 6 months, sometimes 12 months to rank for a really high value keyword. It's also a best practice to maybe test those keywords with PPC first. So in this session, you're going to learn a few different PPC strategies that you can use that will really enhance the performance of your search engine optimization campaigns. So the first benefit, and probably the most obvious, is that PPC is fantastic for short-term traffic. While you're waiting for your SEO efforts to get off the ground, you can drive a ton of traffic to your site now. And if you're a startup or if you're a business that's really thirsty for traffic, PPC might be a great option. Obviously, you're going to want to focus on SEO and make sure that you're going to get there organically so you don't have to pay for every single click forever, as much as Google would love that. You can still do it in the short term for the first 3 to 6 months as you build your organic rankings, as you build your link authority. You can get some short-term traffic. Now, the second benefit that I wanted to talk about is conversion optimization. And because you are getting that instant traffic, you don't have to wait for your search engine rankings to grow to get enough traffic to test a landing page. Because of course you do need enough traffic to properly test a landing page. You need that big enough sample size. And if you're still ranking on page 2 or the bottom of the front page, you're probably not getting enough traffic. So you won't really know if that conversion test is really valid yet. Well, PPC is a great solution to that. You can just set some bids, make some ads, and drive a ton of traffic to a particular page and conversion test it and make sure that it's really tight, really optimized, then move forward with SEO so that as the organic traffic comes through, you know you're going to have a well-tested landing page that's going to convert really well. So the next thing to talk about is keyword selection. So when we're talking about SEO, of course, we're doing a ton of keyword research. That's one of the first things that we're going to do. Well, when you're choosing these keywords, of course, you have to make some educated guesses. You have to look at this keyword and say, you know, I think this looks like a great keyword for my audience. I think that that's going to be content that I can provide and it's going to convert well. But you don't really know for sure, and you're going to spend the next 3 to 6 months working on it just to find out. That can be sort of terrifying. Well, with PPC, you can create a quick ad and test keywords before you do SEO. And then you can eliminate low converting keywords before moving forward with a full-blown SEO campaign. So that's definitely something to think about. If you've got a dozen keywords and you're not quite sure which ones to use, maybe you only have the budget to do SEO for 5 of them, maybe run some PPC campaigns, throw some traffic at a really good landing page, see which keywords are converting the highest, and then maybe that'll tell you which keywords you should be focusing on to boost the organic rankings for. So another great benefit is brand awareness. And you probably see this a lot when you're searching Google, is that when you search for brand specific keywords, even though that company is the #1 result, they also have PPC ads. And that might not make sense because why would they want to pay when they could get that traffic for free? Well, the idea here is to essentially own the front page. You don't want your competitors bidding on your keywords and putting ads up there. You want to try to have as much real estate on that front page as possible. So when somebody is searching for your brand specifically, all they're going to see in that top fold is you. And something to think about is that because these brand searches are probably going to be a lot lower volume than some of the other short tail relevant keywords, they're going to be much cheaper. So you're not going to have to spend too much money to really own that front page. So brand awareness is a great example of how you can use PPC while you have an SEO campaign running. So you're going to want to have these both going at the same time, and they're going to benefit each other. So when someone searches for you, they're going to see the organic listing, the paid listing. You're basically just going to be everywhere, and you're going to really grab their attention and get that visit. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was call to action testing. And this is great for you marketers out there if you're testing a couple of different headlines or calls to action for buttons or any way that you want to try to get users to take action. Because you have the ability to create different ad variations and different ad copy and a lot of different ad groups inside of Google AdWords, you can use that to test different verbiage. Then what you can do is look at your CPCs and also look at your click-through rates. So if you have an ad with a really high click-through rate and the only thing that was different was your little subheadline, that's a great indicator that that is a very effective call to action. So you can really get some interesting insights there by using different calls to action in different ads and seeing which one is going to get clicked more. So again, great benefit of PPC is to test some call to actions. Okay, so in conclusion, not only can SEO and PPC coexist, they definitely benefit each other greatly. So it's absolutely something that you're going to want to consider doing when you're doing SEO. Again, we talked about getting some traffic early on while you're boosting your rankings, testing keywords, testing landing pages, all great stuff. So in the next couple sessions, we're going to build an AdWords account, create some ads, and you're going to learn how you can have a PPC ad up and running relatively quickly. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.